whether you would embed or put your contact information in the video. It all depends on the purpose of the video, right?
Right, right. Now, this is probably the most important of all, okay? If you're going to be working strictly on your own, okay, you're going to do your own bookings, you're going to be calling the clubs yourself, the venues yourself, and the whole, it's a you show where you wear all the hats and you don't work with agents, you don't work with buyers or bookers, then by all means, you want to make sure that you title, well, no matter what, you always want to title the beginning, let people know the name of the band, maybe where the band's from if it's relevant, and maybe the name of the song you're going to do if you're doing single song videos, which I'll get back to that in a minute. And at the end of the video, you want to put that same information again. And if it's all you want to close with contact information. Make sure you have your website address, your phone number if you feel confident putting a phone number on, or a Twitter handle, and anything like that. You know what I mean? Any form of contact information, email address people can reach you, so they feel for booking information, contact this band. But and this is the big but now. We always talk about those big buts, Bob, but the
big butts.
Yeah. The big but here is now, if you're going to be sending this video to an agent, and he's going to be sending it to other people, you have two ways to go. I prefer, whenever I send promotional material of any kind, whether it's a song list or a video or anything, I send it to an agent that he's going to replicate or send people to. I prefer to extend a professional courtesy and either don't put any of my contact information on it at all, or put his contact information on. I mean, you'll definitely score a lot of points with your booking agent if you send him a video to send his clients to, and you've got for booking information, contact mega booking agency, and you have his contact information. You don't put yours because he's doing all the work, getting people to come to your video, to come to your promotional material, whatever. And then if it has all your contact information, so what's to stop them from going and bypassing him? That's just not fair. That's not ethical. You know what I mean? So
right.
Either if you're going to have promo that several agents are going to use, best off not putting any contact information on it at all. Or, it's no big deal to post a lot of stuff up there privately or on different websites or different YouTube pages, channels, whatever. And you could put their information, all different agents' information on them, whatever you feel is best. Remember, the idea here is to make it easy for people to book you and for people to want to work with you. And that's a really good practice, I think.
Yeah, and that's if you're depending on whatever editing software you're using. If you have the ability to put your own contact information in there, you spit out one video for that purpose, and you just put what do you call it? Export another one with their information. Just change that text, overlay or whatever it is in the video, and then you just upload them separately to YouTube, and the one that has the booking agent's information on it, you can make that what's called a unlisted, I think, video, so it won't show up in your public. Because people will come to your public YouTube channel, you want them probably to be able to find your contact information, but anyone who has that link to your unlisted video can view it, and the agent can use that and pass it around, and it makes them look good. It really doesn't, it's not, YouTube doesn't charge you to host those extra videos, and so it's a win-win.
Absolutely, and it definitely scores you some brownie points with the bookers and the agents and the different people that you're going to work with. So whenever you can make them look good, the better you make them look good, the more they're going to work with you instead of someone else. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Now let's talk about taking it to the next level. So. Oh, by the way, one thing I did with these videos that I just made, I think we did like 6 or 7 of them. About 4 or 5 of them were just 1.5 minute samples, okay, of the songs, and 2 of them were full songs because some people want to hear a full song just to make sure you can really get through a whole song, that you really know how to play, whatever. But most people are just interested in short samples. I've been getting all conflicting data on this. I've talked to different agents, different bookers, owners, and I'm telling you, I get different answers from everybody. So one agency says don't make a long, 4, 5, 10 minute video with clips. They say sometimes they just want to see on your website or the agent's website, 4 or 5 60-second clips. They could just click on what they want, and maybe they just have to watch one and they've decided they're going to book you. You know what I mean? It's the jury's out on whether you're better off doing single song clips or full clips or a compilation. Now, I am going to make a compilation, and I'm going to do some of what's called value added to it. We had a video not that long ago, but we changed the band, so we had to change the video. Remember, I told you we were all electric, and then we went acoustic. So
Yes.
in our electric one, you know, we did like we're kind of funny, so we did like, "Hey, I'm big," and then Will would say, "I'm tall." We're big and tall, and we want to play music for you. And then we do a song, and then we come in and we joke around a little bit, and then we play a song, and then we show some people dance, and at the end, you know, we went to show our personality, like how we could talk, and I'd say something like, "Hey, and look how much fun we are here just talking to you in this video. Imagine how much fun we'll be in a whole room." You know what I mean? And just kind of showing our personalities, because that's the kind of band we are. So we wanted to show our personality. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these, these half dozen videos that have all been edited now, and I'm going to edit it into one more video where we're actually going to do a little narration and a little bit more promotional things with it. You know what I mean? So somebody can watch like a 4 minute, 5 minute video where it shows all the different aspects of the group. So that is definitely a possibility as well, and that works for a lot of bands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm surprised that that montage video where you have like 30 seconds of several different songs. It surprises me that that would not be an appealing way just to get a good sampling. So but I'm glad to hear that there's a variety, which goes to show you can't please every agent and every venue person. So maybe if you have the ability to create one of each type
Well,
of
see,
video.
yeah, see, if my highest recommendation at this point would be, you know, try to shoot about a half dozen or so, especially if you have multiple singers. You know, you definitely want to make sure at least one person sings. You know, give everybody a chance to sing as well, and show different sides of the band, different aspects of the group, whatever is really your selling point. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, and also remember, I hate that, boy, this is going to be a really tough one for some people to hear, but, you know, you might think that people really want to hear your guitar solos and stuff, but I got to tell you, man, people mostly are interested in, unless you're like selling like some type of jazz, virtuoso instrumental band, they want to hear the singers. They don't want to hear guitar solos for the most part. So even though that's something that you might hold dear, sometimes showing a big long guitar solo isn't what's going to sell your band. You know what I mean? It might sell your show. You might want to show a little bit of it, but you know, you don't need to show 10 minutes of your Pink Floyd tribute thing there. You know what I'm saying?
And like you said, I think it's good to emphasize. You're talking about if it's a typical venue where you want people to sing familiar songs, or whether they're originals or covers, but people are going to be dancing and all that. But yeah, you're right. If it's a jazz club, if it's an instrumental group, if it's you're being hired for background music or for the Classical Guitar Society, obviously you want to highlight what's going to be important to them, and that might be your virtuosity. But in the you're right. The typical venue, that holds true.
Yeah,
Singing.
right. So remember that's really important. Now, a couple other things to consider as well when you're getting ready to shoot your videos too is make sure this might sound crazy, but some things some people forget about is like maybe wear something that looks good in video. Maybe make sure that everybody in the band has remembered to shave that day if they do that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a little annoyed at the video because nobody told me my tie was drastically crooked. It really bothers me when I watch it, but I don't know if it's going to kill us as far as getting gigs or not. But I wish somebody would have told me my tie was crooked. That
Yeah. And if you're in a hair band, you want to maybe wash your hair.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're in a hairless band, make sure you've buffed up really good.
Or if you're a Blue Man Group, make sure you got a fresh coat of paint.
Exactly. But again, you just want to make sure that and make sure that your instruments look good, you're in tune. I mean, it sounds kind of dumb, but these are sometimes things you just kind of sort of overlook. You know what I mean? When you're doing these things, and whatever it takes to make everybody happy and comfortable and look good and sound good. Because again, you're setting these videos in lieu of somebody seeing you live, and it does lose a lot. And I'll give you a perfect example. If you go to, let's say, like a blockbuster movie right now that's like really visual, and one of the movies I was talking about the other day was like, oh, what's that one with the blue people? Avatar, right?
Hmm.
You know, when I saw Avatar, I saw it in like the ultra screen in 3D, and it was like really amazing with the big speakers and everything. And then recently, you know, I was watching it on a TV, you know, like a smaller TV in my house with the lights on, and it's just like wasn't that big of a deal compared to, you know, seeing it in you know, in the theater experience. And that's kind of sort of what's going to happen too with your presentation. A lot of people are going to be, you know, versus live, where it's the excitement of you right there and the audience right there, and then, you know, you bring it down to a TV, or worse, you bring it down to a computer monitor, you bring it down to a cell phone, you know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you can translate as much of that energy into the smallest possible medium, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Do you realize you're talking especially fast on this episode? You either had a lot of coffee or you're in a hurry.
Oh,
So weird.
you know,
I was sitting there just wondering, is it just me or does he like on hyper speed today?
wow.
It's okay though.
Wow. Okay. I
Yeah.
did.
So take a Quaalude, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's no.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So just to recap, dude. One, videos are good. Two, make sure you sound really awesome. Make sure the soundboard is recorded very well. Don't use the microphone in your iPhone. Make sure you tune your instruments and the band is in a good mood. That's right. And never ever put your contact information on a video that you're sending to an agent. Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. I love that. That's more like the laid back jazz FM radio type of style.
Yeah, well, you
I
know,
love it.
the thing is, and it's funny you should mention that, but obviously I'm pretty excited about this because I'm in the middle of doing it right now. When I get in the middle of projects, I get really excited and really hyper about them. So I do apologize.
No,
Now,
that's okay.
now, a lot of people, if you're listening to this on certain podcasting apps, you can speed up or slow down the voice. So if you need to slow us down a little bit, it's all good, man.
Man, I would have listened to this one on like 2 times fast.
Oh my gosh, no,
I
you
feel like
know.
a chipmunks. So I gotta tell you something. You know how we often say that this is like a, you know, we do refer to this as audio caffeine. You talked about it, a morning zoo style, you know, approach. You know, we have fun on this podcast. But I was listening to, of all people, Neil deGrasse Tyson. You know, the astrophysicist.
Oh yeah, Mr. Pluto is not a planet.
That's right. He has a it's actually a very popular podcast, and you will love this because it's called Star Talk.
Ooh.
And he has guests on there, and I think there's actually like a comic or something that he uses as a sidekick, and Bill Nye the Science Guy is often on there. But I was listening to that last night, and those guys crack up even more than we do, and I was thinking, this is like the astronomy version of, of Music Marketing Monday. So I felt like we were in good company there with this approach.
Yeah, yeah. I can dig it, man.
And you being the science fiction fan that you are, you know.
Oh yeah, like who's got Mr. Spock as his icon? Not
That's
me.
right. And you've got an original painting of Mr. Spock hanging in your house now.
I'm looking at it. It's directly to my right there. I'm looking at him.
Do his eyes follow you as you move through the room?
Totally, man. It is so cool.
So this is cool. Well, thank you for sharing your wisdom about YouTube videos and what's working. If I had to ask you, has there been one video in particular that's been more successful, or you can point to as this is the one that really got the most attention or favorable response, or have you been able to ascertain that?
No, not yet. I will get back to you on that because I just finished editing the last one, and I've just been putting them up. Not so much for the buyers yet. I've been mostly posting them for the fans, my followers, my friends, family, and also the other folks in full-time working musician Facebook group to get some input on what they all thought. The response has been wonderful. I'm curious to see what's going to happen when I send these out because I'm going to start sending them out next week. So maybe we'll do a follow-up on this, and we'll actually maybe what we'll do. We kind of sort of talked about this earlier. We did the Craigslist thing. Was that last week we did Craigslist?
I think 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah, that's right. 2 weeks ago we took a week off. And that's been going